These are the 3 new shades in the Patrick Ta Double Take Dual Powder Cream Blushes. I cannot wait to try these. First up is this shade called Just Enough. It's a beautiful soft pink. We've got the powder side here and the cream side here, which comes with this handy dandy cover so that the powder doesn't get into the cream. And I'll swatch this for you real quick. Here is the powder, which is quite creamy itself. Beautiful pink with a hint of blue. It's quite cool. And then here is the cream that goes on top, much more sheer. That's that shade right there. Here we have She's the Moment. How gorgeous is this peachy tangerine? Oh, it's just so beautiful. Let me swatch this one too. Here is the powder. Beautiful. So this is so summer, isn't it? And here is the cream. The cream in this shade is a tad more pigmented than the pink. The pink one, surprisingly, right here, the cream is a little bit lighter than I expected it to be, but that's okay. I don't mind that at all. And the last one, this one, my favorite, is calling to me, is called Not Too Much, which is exactly how I like my blush. Here is the powder. And here we have the cream. They are all so stunning. Let's see what these look like on a face, because they may look great on the arm, but that's not where we wear them, is it? Other than foundation, I don't have anything on the cheek area because I didn't want a bronzer to alter what this might look like. I'm going to start with the pink one called Just Enough. I'm going to grab my Patrick Ta dual-ended brush for this, and I'm going to go into the powder side, tap it, and then I'm going to just, you never want any surprises. I typically don't mess with the Patrick Ta blushes. And I'll tell you why. Because they're super bright, too bright for me and what I prefer. I don't like that much blush, and I just like a hint of it. Kind of like what this is doing right now. I could tell when I saw these new shades released that they were a little more muted, a little less bright than all the ones that are currently in his line. Like, that is just gorgeous, and it has a beautiful sheen to it. I hope you can see that. Absolutely beautiful. This I can work with. Not the other ones. The other ones I look like a clown. Now, Patrick, as I'm sure you're aware, suggests that you put the powder on first, the cream on top. Normally, typically, we'd put a cream first, then the powder on top to set it. But you know what? If Patrick says that's how you do it, that's how I'm going to do it when I'm using the blushes he created. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to take the other end of this brush. I'm going to go into the cream side. And again, I'm going to just see. Yeah, it looks pretty bright in here, but of all three, this one I would say is the least pigmented, least bright. So I'm just going to go over this, lock in the powder, and it kind of emphasizes the whole look. I like that, but when I applied the cream, it really amped it up, and I'm really wondering if it was even necessary. Honestly, I don't know if for this particular shade, I might use one or the other, or maybe flip it around and actually try the cream first and then the powder. Let's do that on this side. I wasn't planning on doing that, but you know what? I think I want to try that. I'm going to try it on this side. I'm going to first put the cream down. See, that's pretty on its own. This was not in the plans. This was not in the plans, but that's okay. I was going to do one cheek with one shade, the other cheek with the other shade, and then take it all off and then do both cheeks with the final and most amazing shade, the one that speaks to me the most. But I really want to see if there's a difference. I don't know. I actually don't see a difference at all. Now, I do have to tell you, for my preference, personally, this is a little much still. I loved the powder on its own. I thought it was gorgeous. But when you add both, it really, really enhances that pigment. Gorgeous shade, beautiful. My personal preference is one or the other for this shade. What do you guys think? I don't know, might be a little bit too much for me, but a beautiful color nonetheless. Don't get me wrong. I'm just looking at myself here and I feel like all you see is cheek. But when I first applied just the powder, it was just the perfect flush of color, which is what I personally like. Let me take this off, reapply my foundation, and I'll be back to try the other two. Okay, for She's the Moment, I am going to apply, I'm using a Refer number 5, and I'm going to go in with the powder. See what this shade looks like. Lots of dustiness. Oh, this is so pretty. That peachy, but still a little bit neutral. Gorgeous. I love this so much. I love it just the way it is. So instead of just reversing the order on each cheek, I'm going to leave one cheek with just powder, which I think I'm preferring so far. And then I'm going to do powder and cream on top on this side, just so we can see what kind of difference there is when we use both together. I mean, you really don't have to use both together. Who said? Right? Oh, I really like this a lot. Now I'm going to put the cream on. What am I going to use for that? I'm going to grab my Nikki N something. I can't see it, but I'm going to go on the cream side of this dual-sided brush here. We will place this right on top. Yes. Okay. See, we get into the territory where I'm uncomfortable. This is too much for me, but I want you guys to see how impactful using both are. Like, look at the difference here, bordering on clown territory. This side she's wearing a nice blush. You know, she's the moment. Over here, she's something else. On me. Do you see what I'm saying? Can you guys see this difference? Am I losing my marbles? No, I'm not. I stand by it. I really do. Okay, I'm going to take this off again. And we will do the final shade, which is the one I'm dying to try. Did I say hi to everyone off the top? I don't think I did. Hi, everybody. If you're new here, hi, I'm Rhoda. I'm glad you're still watching. Okay, getting this foundation on. I'm using what am I using? I'm using the Dior Backstage Face and Body. I used to use this years and years and years ago. And I recently repurchased it because I missed it. And now I remember why I loved it so much, and I can't remember why I didn't repurchase it when I ran out. By the way, if you're new here, I have made it a mission to learn how to apply false eyelashes. And this was an attempt today. I'm failing miserably. And if you see anything dangling off my eyeball, it's a lash that I didn't apply properly. But I will get there, I promise. It's going to take some practice. I struggle. And I really want to learn how to do it. Anyway, let's get on with this final blush color. When I saw this shade released online, I thought, this is what I've been looking for. This is me. It's called what? Not Too Much, which is exactly how I like my blush. So, God, did I jump on this so fast? It wasn't even funny. I have a clean Refer 05. I'm going to go into the powder. Get that on. I would imagine that this kind of works kind of like a bronzer as well, with a hint of peach to it, which is sounds perfect for me. And that's exactly what I'm getting. Look at this. Look at this perfect shade. Oh my. I love this so much. Of all three, let's get it on this side as well. Do I do the cream? Yes, of course I'm going to do the cream so I can show you. But really, I would leave it here. I would leave it here if it was just, if I was just putting it on for the day, I wouldn't need anything more. I think I mentioned with the pink shade, there is a sheen that is left behind. It's absolutely gorgeous. You can see it reflecting off my cheek here. You wouldn't even need highlighter, especially with this shade. This is like bronzer and blush and highlight. For every day, this would be amazing. All right, I'm gonna stop stalling and put the cream on. Okay, grab my BK Beauty 109. I love this brush for creams. Dip into this. Oh, I don't want it to punch it up too much. Let's see. Okay, it's not doing that. It's not doing that. It's not bringing me into clown territory at all. This is perfection. This is the one. This is the one for me. Look how beautiful that is. I'm so glad this was my final shade because now I can go about my day wearing my favorite of the three. I'm so glad I picked these up. Really was the shades that drew me to them because, as I mentioned, my experience with the original ones in his line were just way too much for me. And I wasn't sure if this would work out, although I had a feeling maybe they would, and they do work out. I love them. Just enough. I love the powder on its own. On me, when I pair it with the cream, it just becomes a little bit too much, but absolutely love this pink. It's not too bright of a pink, and I love me a pink blush. So this one I absolutely adore. She's the moment. My goodness, love this one too. I can see myself wearing this a lot in the summertime, especially with a little bit of a tan, with that little peach tangerine popping through. Again, together with the powder and the cream, a little much for me. I think I would use one or the other, and that's perfectly fine. I'm hanging on to this and the pink one, but my absolute favorite of all three is this one, Not Too Much. I think it's perfection. I really do. It is everything that I look for in a blush. And this particular shade has the added benefit of giving you almost a bronzy look as well. All three have that beautiful sheen that comes through. It's not wet, it's just sheen. It's just a beautiful highlight. It's absolutely beautiful. I got so excited to try these on. I did not mention how much they are. These are $52 each Canadian or $38 US. That is quite a hefty price tag. However, you do get two blushes in one. At least that's how I look at it. Have you guys picked any of these up? Are you planning on picking any of these up? Please let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you think of them or which shade appeals to you most. I hope you all found that helpful. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please do consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.